Hi everyone, this is Ian here. It's Monday night, the 27th of October, 2025, and I this has been kind of a bizarre hurricane season this year. For those of you who are just seeing this video for the first time, I have a side hobby of enthusiasm for following what goes on with tropical weather, hurricane activity, and I can't help but talk about Hurricane Melissa because Melissa's really a monster. And if you can look on this satellite image right here, one thing that I'm seeing that gives me a little optimism, and I feel like it's the prayer answer to the prayers of millions of or hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans, as even though this is a monstrous Category 5 hurricane, as you can see, if you can see the outline of my of the little arrow I'm circling around the country, this is a very tightly wound hurricane, even though it's a Category 5 with 175 mile per hour winds. You can see it's it's getting a lot more pink around there, so I think it's actually intensifying even more. But one thing I want to point out too is look at the motion of the eye. It in the last 4 hours or so, it has been moving more west northwestward as opposed to the west. But now in the last frame, it's taken a dive again south. That's just a wobble. But I'm concerned. I'm hoping that doesn't mean it's going to start turning northeast from that point and go right over the island. I'm hoping it's going to tick a little more for a little further west and northwest before it makes that north and northeast turn, because the more delayed that the hurricane makes that north and northeast turn, the more of the bulk of this hurricane that's actually going to miss most of the island, except for the very western part of Jamaica. I still believe this little tip coming out right here that's like a big bird snout, or not bird's beak, excuse me, not a snout. Looks like a dog snout too. This part of the island of Jamaica, I believe, is going to feel the wrath of this Category 5 hurricane as it moves up just to the either right over the top of that area or just to the west of it. So let me see if I can get some annotation up here just to show my point a little more. What color should I use? I have to use a color that's not there. Gee, that's tough. That's really tough. Blue. Here we go. Blue, dark blue. So let me show what I got here. So here's the eye. Here's where it is now. Just going to do a circle now. Look where it was a few hours ago. It was right around here. Gosh, terrible drawing. I can't draw. Ah, let's do that again. So that's where it was earlier today. So you can see it's moved west northwest, but notice how it's taken a dive south again. I know that's just temporary. It's probably going to resume a north northwest turn here pretty soon. So it's probably going to do something like this. Dang, why isn't this thing drawing? This is really annoying. Okay, now watch. Probably going to do something like this pretty soon, and then probably do something like this. That is the direction that's the track I think it's going to take. Or it might turn a little faster and go something like, let's do that again. Might do a little something like this. Either way, I think the western part of Jamaica is going to take the brunt of the hurricane. Kingston, which is right over here, is probably only going to get tropical storm force winds, maybe hurricane force at the most. So very interesting too. Let me see if I can pan out here and look and see what else we got here. Let me go back to tropical tidbits here. Oh goodness, let me erase that. Erase all these. So let's just see what we got here. Let's go back to the forecast models. I want to look at the HWRF model, HWRF, and the new new hurricane specific forecast models. Let me go to the HAFS A parent. No, let's just go to HAFS A. Gosh, please go away. This is so frustrating. Halves A of Melissa. Now watch. This is going to show a close up, and of course, I get a bad gateway. Boy, I hate this. I try to do these videos, and stuff always happens. So here, this is showing a barometric pressure of 904 millibars, which is about right. It's very high end Category 5, almost 180 mile an hour winds. Now let's put this into motion here, shall we? And just watch. Here's the island of Jamaica that I'm circling right here. See that? That's Jamaica. You can see the model is showing a lot of heavy rain bands moving over the island nation. Now watch. Let's put this into motion and slow it down a little bit too. So, wow, it shows the barometric pressure even dropping below 900 millibars. This is insane. This is nuts. Okay. Ugh. Yikes. That's okay. The A halves A is showing a landfall right here. 905 millibars. Right here. Let me see if I can draw right there with some color. So the half A model is showing landfall right here. So that means this area right along here, where I'm drawing the line, is going to get the worst storm surge if it follows that model. But let me go, let's look at halves B. See if halves B shows us any different. Yeah, we can zoom in on it. Good enough. So I'm going to have to play it and just have to watch this thing. Okay, so yeah, halves B is showing a similar story. It shows it going out to sea also. It's going to hit Bermuda as a category 2 hurricane. But let's get it back to the beginning here. We're going to see the beginning here in just a minute. As soon as it gets done loading here. There it is. There it is, approaching Bermuda. I mean, Jamaica at the west end, but it shows it weakening a lot, down to 935 millibars. So that's still going to be a really bad hurricane, but it's showing a low end Cat 5, probably 160 miles an hour. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show tonight, really. It's going to be a bad storm for the western part of Jamaica. There's going to be lots of damage, hopefully people are going to get in safe places because this is going to be a really bad hurricane for the western part of Jamaica, especially. All right, everyone have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow, sometime in the middle of the day or late afternoon after I'm off work.